Hello guys, welcome back to KingBroLy channel. This video I want to share about guide for Royal Workshop, new life skill content on Land of the Morning Light Seoul to get silver profit and special item buff for your character. Okay, to enjoy watch my video, make sure you turn on this video subtitle and also you can use timestamp that I already provide to go to target topic that you want. And if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on bell notification to get any update and guide on Black Desert World. Okay, let's start this video content using any feature that I provide. Okay, after 21 November 2024 maintenance update, Previous just released new life skill content called Royal Workshop, and this Royal Workshop available on Land of the Morning Light Seoul. And requirement to unlock this Royal Workshop, you need to explore Land of the Morning Light, especially on Seoul, that located on this area on map, capital city for Land of the Morning Light continent. And if you already unlock this node by going to this area, if you click this Seoul node, you will open this Royal Workshop menu. And another way to access this Royal Workshop, you just need to press escape and go to live menu, and then you can see this menu for Royal Workshop. And if you click this menu, you also will open this Royal Workshop menu, same as from world map. And when you starting open this Royal Workshop menu, to unlock this feature, you need to invest 5 contribution point, that you can get this contribution point by doing any quest on Black Desert, including any daily quest. And if you need additional contribution point, I very recommend you to finish this Vulgar Road of Success Adventure Journal that I got you on this video list, either from book 1, book 2, and book 3, that you can find this adventure journal by pressing escape and go to this adventure log bookshelf. And if you open this adventure log, you just need to go to this Crow Merchant record, and you will find this Vulgar Road of Success from volume 1, volume 2, and volume 3, from this bookshelf, starting at book 6, 7, and 8. And once again, more detail to finish this 3 book, you can follow my guide on this video, that you can find this video link on this video description. And after you have 5 contribution point, you just need to unlock your Royal Workshop by click this icon, and you just unlocking this Royal Workshop feature. And on this Royal Workshop, after 21 November 2024 maintenance update, there are 8 pieces node on the Seoul capital city. And as you can see on the screen, if you see any green icon, this is mentioning about any production node. Meanwhile, for yellow icon, this is processing node. And function for production node, this is to collect any material before you can process it on processing node. So I very recommend you to collect any item on this production node that have green icon for first time. And to collect any item on this production node or processing node, you need to send 1 worker for each node, and any worker that you can use, only worker that come from Yukjo Street Village. So I very recommend you to invest additional contribution point on any residence by unlocking Lodging House. And I very recommend you to unlock Lodging House at Yukjo Street 2, that you can get additional 6 worker slot, and also at Morning Light Yukjo Street 4, that you can get additional 4 slot for your worker. So total from these 2 house, either Yukjo Street 2 and Yukjo Street 4, you can get additional 10 worker slot on Yukjo Street. And if you need additional storage, I very recommend you to unlock this Morning Light Yukjo Street 1 and Yukjo Street 3, because on Yukjo Street 1, you can get additional 12 slot for your storage space on Yukjo Street storage. And on Yukjo Street 3, you can unlock additional 5 storage from this house. Or additionally, you also can purchase this worker expansion slot for Yukjo Street worker lodging on per shop. But actually, I regret to unlock this Yukjo Street worker from per shop, because 11 worker on Yukjo Street already enough for this Royal Workshop, because as you can see, there are only 8 nodes on this Royal Workshop, and this is mean you only need 8 pieces worker to working on each node, because after this maintenance, only 1 worker can work on each node. And how to hire worker on Yukjo Street, you just need to go to NPC Wonyong, that located on this area on map. And if you talk with her, you just need to click contract worker to see any worker that available to hire on Yukjo Street. And I very recommend you to choose either Dokebi or human worker. And I very didn't recommend you to choose turtle worker because Self-Folk worker is the slowest worker, but the Self-Folk worker have high capacity stamina compared with any other worker, but because we need speed worker to work as fast as they can to produce any item on this royal workshop, the best choice is Dokebi worker because Dokebi worker is the fastest worker like Goblin worker on Black Desert. And the second priority is human worker or Doll's Way worker that have medium work speed, but any human worker have more luck and average stamina to get more result when doing production or processing node. And about recommended grade worker, for starter I very recommend you to hire at least skilled worker that have blue grade, and I very not recommend you to hire any green grade worker because this green grade worker is the lowest grade worker on Black Desert. But if you lucky, you will get professional or artisan worker when rolling on this worker supervisor NPC. And about worker skill, make sure you filter this worker on Yukjo Street and also check any skill on your worker that you just hire. And for my recommendation, if you hire any blue worker, either Dokebi or human worker, make sure you filter its skill that give advantage when they working on Royal Workshop. But for any worker above blue grade, either professional or artisan, I think I will accept it regardless its worker skill. And the reason this worker skill is important, because as I already mentioned previously, working speed is priority on this Royal Workshop. And as you can see, previous already mentioned about worker trait and skill. For any worker, make sure you aim any worker that have these three skill, either worker supervisor, simple, and lucky guy. Because as you can see, if your worker have worker supervisor skill, your worker work speed will increase by 1 level. And if your worker have skill simple, this is also have benefit for worker speed. And the last for lucky guy skill, this is will give your worker some luck to get additional material after they working. And if you send your worker on any production node, if you send Self-Folk worker on any production node, harvest amount from the Self-Folk worker will increase 68.4% compared than other worker. And on this production node, worker luck will affect it to get additional obtained item like farmer, miner, and fisher sack. This is special sack to get fruit of nature from this farmer sack, any kind of gemstone from this miner sack, and any kind of coral from fisher sack. And if you send your worker on any processing node, skill the thriving will give some advantage to return 10% one of your crafting material if your worker have this skill. And take notice, any worker that you send on your Royal Workshop didn't affect it with worker movement speed stat and also any skill related with movement speed. So I very recommend you to filter any blue grade worker that you just hire if your worker have worker movement speed stat on their skill. And then any other specialty skill, either general knowledge, worker knowledge, and advanced or packing, all these three skill will not apply on Royal Workshop. So I very recommend you to filter and fire any blue grade worker that have these three skill when you first time hire them. And just search any worker that have these three skill, either worker supervisor, simple, and lucky guy skill. Okay, after you got some worker on Yukjo Street, you just need to send your worker on this Royal Workshop by opening this Royal Workshop menu. And first time that you need to do is send your worker to any production node that have green color node. For example, on this Gyeong Hero Pavilion, if I want to send my worker on this production node, I just need to click this worker information and choose one of my worker that available on Yukjo Street. And make sure before you start your worker to work, make sure you change amount of worker times to become 50,000 times. So your worker will continuously working after they finish their previous work. So you can leave them for longer time when your character doing another thing on Black Desert. But as you can see on this Gyeonghoryo Pavilion production node, currently if I send my worker to produce some item, I will get this clay as the result for this production. And if you want to change the production result, you just need to click this refresh button. But take notice, you can do this refresh one time per day per account by free. and any chance for selected good that can be produced on this node, you can see its chance when you hovering your cursor at this refresh button. And for example, I will refresh this production, and as you can see, sadly my chosen production just moved to rock mud crystal. And if you want to refresh once again, because I already used my free refresh on this day, if I want to refresh it once again, I need to spend 10 per refresh at the same day. And this free refresh will reset every daily reset time. So if you didn't want to spend some per to refresh that can be produced on production or processing node, you just need to wait until next daily reset time. And in my recommendation to choose any material to produce on any production node, I very recommend you to choose any material that only can be obtained from this Royal Workshop. For example, any item that mention how to obtain it from this item description is only from Royal Workshop production node. Because any other item, for example, for this slick treat, rock black crystal, and rock mud crystal, you can get it from any other normal node outside this Royal Workshop. So I very recommend you to prioritize any material that have detail how to obtain it from Royal Workshop production node. And to choose any item that only can be obtained from this Royal Workshop, I very recommend you to check any processing node that have yellow icon. Because aim for this Royal Workshop is to produce any item that you can sell it to get silver profit. For example, any item on this list that you can sell it for some silver, or any other precious item that have yellow grade, and make sure you check any material that needed to processing to become this result. And other than any item that you can get some silver, if you unlock tier for each production node, you also can send your worker to produce some special item buff that only can be obtained from this Royal Workshop production node. And as you can see, this special food item, you also can sell it to Central Market to get huge amount of silver. But if you want to consume this item buff, this is also will give your character huge amount of benefit during combat or life skill. So make sure you check any item on this processing node and aim any material that you want to obtain from any production node to get any raw material. And about any other item that you can obtain outside this Royal Workshop, I think better you import it from any production node. For example, for this cotton yarn, actually this item is old item that already available before this Royal Workshop update, that you can get this cotton yarn from Kasula Farm node. If you send your worker on this cotton farming, that you can get cotton yarn directly, so you just need to move this cotton yarn item from other city on Yukjo Street Storage to do processing on this Royal Workshop. And to more easy importing any item on Black Desert, I very recommend you to use Magnus feature for remote storage transporting that available after you finishing this Magnus questline that I got you on this video list, either from part 1, part 2, part 3, until Land of the Morning Light teleportation questline that I got you on this playlist. And after you finishing this Magnus questline at least one time per account, you can move any item on Black Desert instantly from one city to another city on Black Desert. And then if you want to increase production node tier, you can unlock it by completing special quests from specific NPC on each node. And to finish this questline actually very simple but need long time to unlock it. For example, if I want to tier up this Leftward Office production node, I need to meet this Kim Monkey NPC that you just need to click this arrow button to go to target NPC to tier up this node. And for example, this NPC located on this area and I just talk with him, but make sure you turn on all your quest filter before you can see any quest offer from any NPC. And if you chat with this NPC that responsible to tier up any node, he will offer you this Royal Workshop quest to tier up this node by finishing this special quest line. And if you finish this quest, you will get item to tier up your node from this quest. But to finish this quest, you need to hand over some number of morning gratitude token that you can get this morning gratitude token when your worker finish from working on any production or processing node on any Royal Workshop. So this is the reason Why to tier up this Royal Workshop node? This will take long time because you need to wait your worker to finish their work continuously from each production or processing node. And the same thing for any other node. But to tier up any processing node, this will require 1000 pieces this morning gratitude token. And this is list for any node, workshop, and token required to unlock its tier. That you can pause this video to see the tale for this table. And this is any NPC that responsible to give some quests to unlocking tier for your Royal Workshop. But I think this list not important because you just need to click icon on each production node to meet any NPC that responsible for each node. And about to get huge amount of silver from this Royal Workshop processing, you can sell any processed item from this processing node to any trade manager NPC to get some silver. But for this yellow grade processing item, you can sell it on specific luxury vendor NPC at Yukjo Street. And this is the NPC Heu Seongwon on this Yukjo Street on this area on map. And you can sell any yellow grade processing item for huge amount of silver. And when I record this video, all these items have price 98 million silver for each piece. So your aim for this Royal Workshop, for any production node that have green icon, you can aim to get any material that only can be obtained from this Royal Workshop, and also to get any food buff from this production node, either to consume it by yourself or sell it to central market. And then for any processing node, your aim to process any item that you already collect previously on any production node to become any trading item, either regular item that you can sell it for some amount of silver, and also any kind of yellow grade item that you can sell it to luxury vendor NPC at Yukjo Street for huge amount of silver. And your long-term goal is to unlocking tier node to get more production at the same time by finishing special quests that you need to hand over some amount morning gratitude token from this quest line. Okay, that's all guide for this Royal Workshop. And if you have any question related with this Royal Workshop, feel free to ask on this video comment section. And if you want to discussing anything about Black Desert Online, you also can join to my official Discord server that you also can get any code update that previous release for any region server, and also video update that I release every day. And to join to my official Discord server, you can use this invitation link and everyone can join to my official Discord server by free. And special thanks to all my membership for direct support via Patreon, Karya Karsa, and YouTube membership. And also my current member, DubyaDude, Doki, Aeyrton, Snoods, Xoren, Avrilka, Familia, Jeff, StardustZ, as Gold member. And also for all my silver and bronze member, thank you so much for all your direct support. This will make KingBroLy channel running and growing more faster. If you want to support me directly, I will very grateful. And as special thanks, I will put your name on my video depend on your support level. And be noticed at some level there have some limit, so make sure you didn't get run out for this limited space. And I will put your name on every subsequent video that I release for the duration of your support. And if you want to join my membership to support me directly, you can go to any platform for Patreon, Karya Karsa, and YouTube membership. I already put link for this membership on this video description, or you can check on top right of this video. I already put card for Patreon link. Okay guys, that's all full guide about Royal Workshop. Hope all this information can be useful for you. If you like this video, you can like and subscribe to my channel for another guide and update. Thank you for watching. See you next time.